started. We have everyone here.
Yep, I just clicked the button, so it's almost there.
All right. Do you mind pulling up or sharing the agenda?
Oh, I just have what she gave me on the slides. Hang on, once
What
YouTube
slide?
starts here. Okay. Oops.
All right. Well, let's. I'll call to order the July 20th, 2021 Conservation Board meeting. We have one item on the agenda tonight. The Heinz Pole Barn. It's 6700 Woodbrook Lane Road. Looks like Kent and Heinz, you are here, and looks like you're building or requesting approval to construct a 35 by 60 pole barn.
Correct.
Why don't you give us a quick overview, narrative of what your project is, and then we'll go around and provide some comments to you.
Sure. Yeah, so there's the building. It's a 35 by 60. The left extension is, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep.
I guess that's an important question. Okay, so the left side is just going to be a place for my mower and lawn care implements and some family seasonal storage, snowboards, bikes, stuff like that that doesn't need to be at the house all the time. The right side is going to be seasonal vehicle storage or a camper, vehicles that I don't drive in the winter or something like that. When it comes to the conservation board, my expectation is that you guys are concerned about things that are going to have environmental impact. So I'm not taking down any trees. I'm not going to be doing, like oil changes or things that like might leach, chemicals or anything into the environment. It's going to be in a corner of my property that's already mowed and maintained. So it's actually very, very flat already. But basically no greenery other than a patch of grass is going to be affected by it. It's already a cleared area. And then again, the building is just leisure storage, just so my wife can get her car in the garage, really.
Okay. Let's go around. Let's go around the horn here. Tim or Keith, any questions? Okay.
What is the Tim, you're starting? Go ahead.
Okay. My same question. Just curious. Will there be a driveway put in to access the pole barn, or?
The initial plan is no driveway. I don't plan on moving vehicles there often enough to justify it. If I'm going out there twice a year, basically winter, summer, swapping vehicles. If I ever were to do a driveway, my expectation, I probably have to come before you guys again. And if I were to do that, it would be a garden path style, which is kind of like two dirt tracks with grass in between it. My wife really does not want an asphalt path carving through my front yard. Neither do I. So, worst case scenario would be a garden path that kind of goes through the front yard, around the back on the left-hand side, and just kind of traverses underneath the trees. But initial plan, no driveway.
Okay. No other comments from me. I was more just curious on the driveway, but looks pretty straightforward from a conservation standpoint.
So I have two questions. One is it just going to be on slab and constructed on a slab? And do you have any electrical or any utilities to go in there?
Okay, a good question. So it's going to be a post frame construction. So first it'll be a crushed stone base. They're going to do the crushed stone base, and then they do the post frame construction on it. And then after that settles, then they'll pour a slab when the building is already up. So that's the sequence. It will be on a slab, but the slab is after the crushed stone base goes in before the building. And then the only utility that I'll have coming to it is electrical. I'll have to run electrical. I haven't started quoting that process yet because I have to make sure I can actually build it. And I've thought about doing solar. The building's not going to have that much electrical demand, basically charging vehicles off season. I could easily build a solar power bank to satisfy that. So when I get the quotes back from people on what it costs to run electric utility out there, it very well may make more sense for me just to solar power it.
And then the runoff from the roof is going, you have enough space there that it doesn't affect any the house or anywhere around it, right?
No,
It's pretty-
the
so this-
hundreds of feet from any homes. Yep, or waterways.
And Andrew, it's Matt Madison. Just for the record, Kenton and I are friends, so I'm gonna just not comment at all on the on this project if that's okay with the board.
No, that's a good plan. Thanks for pointing that out, Matt.
Sure.
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah, it's very important to my wife that we not disturb the environmental views that we have that she likes. So in order for me to get this to happen, I have to not make her mad. So I think we're all on the same page here.
Fair enough.
There's some sentiments in there.
Yeah, I took a look at this on Encore, and there's literally nothing that stuck out to me. There's no wetlands or no floodplains. Slopes are very, very mild, less than 9% grade. So I think this is, and you already are mowing this, so there's not much disturbance, in terms of wildlife or anything like that. So I think it's a slam dunk, really.
Cool. Question for you guys is there, when it comes to the electrical utility, is there anything I need to plan for? So, they'll have to trench out there. Is there anything that I need to know as far as getting electrical out there if I go that route?
So that's not necessarily our purview, but that's certainly in the court of the planning board. So I think next time you go before them, they'll be able to address that for you.
Okay.
I would just add to that, because there is no quote unquote environmental impact that we would foresee, either which option you take. I don't see us having to make any comment on what the planning board or give the planning board any recommendation based on the location of it and the impact it would have on any neighbors or stuff like that. So, I don't, for whatever it's worth, that's where we stand on that.
Good to know.
I think the only thing I would say comment-wise is we'd like to see just a silt fence, even though the risk of erosion's minimal. I think just it's a generic comment, and whoever your contractor is, I don't know, maybe you're putting it up, but that's pretty generic, and I think honestly the planning board would require that anyways. So
What is that? Is that like what is a silt fence?
So it's a barrier that marks the areas of disturbance. Typically,
Okay.
it's just exactly what it sounds like. It prevents any kind of topsoil erosion, due to slopes typically. It's a generic requirement for all of our, new construction or new builds or projects.
Is that something that the site prep guy would be doing for me? So I've chosen a guy to do site prep. Would that be at that stage of construction?
Yeah, they would cover that. Or could
Okay,
cover.
I'll talk to him about that. Silt fence.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, Kenton, thank you. Good luck with the project. And actually, when are you before the planning board?
August, I want to say it's August 10th or August 8th, pretty soon.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, best of luck. And
right.
if you have any questions environmentally or conservation, feel free, reach out to us.
All right. Appreciate your time, everybody. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hey, Ken.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See ya.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Let me pull up the agenda.
I think it's just minutes.
Yeah, it is just minutes. And I was not at the last meeting, although I will say I was reading through the minutes, and it said something about not having to do a site walk for the Guinan project.
Yeah.
Reference of wanting to do one. So I wasn't sure if there was a decision made or not made, or
It
sounds like we
evolved.
do.
Yeah, it evolved. Early
Okay.
on, we said, "Oh, this looks pretty straightforward." And then the more we were talking to them and that sort of thing, we were like, we should probably go out and take a look just to be sure. So I think speaking for the rest of the gang, we decided at the end, made sense to go.
Okay. No, that's kind of the gist I was reading. And just reading between the lines with the emails. That's what I interpreted.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess looking for a motion to approve.
Yeah, I reviewed
Motion.
them. Yeah, there you go, Pat.
All right.
Sorry.
Second.
Motion by Pat, second.
I'll second it.
Second by Matt. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay. I think the only other thing on the agenda here is calendars and training. I think there was some mandatory training out there. There's actually one class was, I think, held today. So I think that's the only other business to cover.
Yeah, I need to catch that training. Has everybody taken care of that?
Mm-mm.
I
No.
have not.
I took mine today. It's about an hour long, pretty straightforward. So
Okay, I'll get that right away.
But I think it was 2 dates. One was like 2 weeks ago and one was today. Is there another one coming up?
that is a good question, Keith. And you're right. It was a couple weeks ago, and there was one today. So sorry.
Beautiful background noise, man.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to follow up and get some clarification on that.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So I'll get on that, and then calendars, if I could, real quick, guys. Same thing. Are you guys printing them out and then just signing them and dropping them off at the town?
I have not been doing that. Just from my perspective, I've been signing them digitally.
Oh,
So filling them out, signing them digitally, and returning them. At least that's what I did earlier in the year. So I'll probably follow suit on that.
all
Have
right.
you been
I'll
able
get
to-
mine done.
Have you got it a digital copy recently? Because I don't.
I think in the
Unless
Dropbox, there's a
Yeah.
form in there. Let me check. There was a blank calendar. I don't know if it was a specific.
Yeah, it was either part of the Dropbox or within the last few days. I know we did just get them not too long ago.
Yeah, it's actually the Dropbox has the entire year.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, so it's I need to work on that as well. So.
right, cool.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
Should we just wait for, on that Guinan site walk, do we just wait for them to reach out with dates? I think
Yeah,
that's best. Does that
I
sound right?
think that's the best approach. Look for some feedback from them and go from there.
Cool. Sounds good. Easy.
Yes.
Are you
Okay.
looking for a motion to adjourn?
I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'd love to make that. I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Motion by Matt. Looking for a second.
Second.
All right. Motion second by Pat. All in favor?
Aye.